Welcome, mentors and mentees. I want to start with a woman named Susan. Susan was a supervisor in a learning community program at a university, and she became Victoria Black's mentor at a moment when Victoria, a proud first-generation college student, was navigating an unfamiliar world almost entirely on her own. Susan reached out. She made sure Victoria was academically successful. She followed through. She was, in every sense of the word, a mentor. And years later, Victoria found herself asking a question that almost no one asks. Was I a good mentee? This room is built around that question. Most of what is written, taught, and trained about mentoring focuses on the mentor: how to give advice, how to coach, how to develop. Far less attention is given to the other side of the relationship, the mentee. And yet, as Victoria reminds us, mentoring is not one-directional. The traditional view, that knowledge flows downward from a wise mentor to a grateful protégé, is incomplete. It misses the reciprocity that gives the relationship its real power. In this room, we are going to learn a word that does not yet exist in our dictionaries. Even today, when you type it into Microsoft Word, it underlines it in red. The word is mentorability, the ability to engage in mutually beneficial and rewarding developmental relationships. It moves the ownership and emphasis back onto the mentee, and ask each of us, how mentorable are we? Are we receptive? Are we doing our part? Are we showing up willing to be changed? The research Victoria carried out is sobering. Across 187 mentoring programs in Texas public institutions, mentoring programs were 4 times more likely to define the roles and responsibilities of the mentor than they were the mentee. Think about that. The very people whose growth the programs exist to support are rarely told how to engage. We have been preparing only one side of the conversation. So this room is, in many ways, a conversation aimed at every mentee in our community, and at every mentor who has ever wondered why a relationship that started well quietly faded. We will look at what it means to be mentorable: the openness, the follow-through, the willingness to ask hard questions, the discipline to act on the advice you receive. We will talk about how mentees can take ownership of their own development rather than waiting to be developed. To the mentees here, the most important thing you bring to a mentor is not your potential. It is your engagement. Show up curious, prepared, and willing to be honest about where you are. To the mentors, when you are working with someone who has not been taught how to be a mentee, that too is part of your work. Help them learn the role. As we move into the chat, I want each of you to ask yourself, when was the last time I was a great mentee? Bring that reflection here. Let's finally start talking to the mentees.